Good morning, Northwood Temple Academy families. Once again, I want to thank you for your support and understanding that you have demonstrated over these past couple of weeks. And when I say couple of weeks, it just seems like months to me that we've been out of school. I didn't think I'd ever hear myself come to the point where I'd say, I miss the middle school students banging on my wall, or all the talking and the laughter and the chattering in the back hall, and I would have to step out there on a daily basis and tell them to get to class. But I really miss them. Please don't tell them that. This has truly been a difficult time for everyone. Everyone is experiencing inconvenience in their daily routines, and it's been difficult. A friend of mine this morning said, "I wonder what the Hebrew children thought when the 10 plagues started happening." And all of a sudden, I had a mind shift then that maybe my inconvenience has not been that bad through the COVID-19. I want to thank all of you that completed the survey. It's been very helpful. We have made several adjustments based on your responses. At this point, you have already received an email from your child's principal outlining the plan for the duration of the online learning. Elementary teachers have been on the campus for the last couple of days. I think they're there today, preparing the packets for you to pick up on Friday. Elementary parents that will take you for the next 3 weeks, with the exception of Easter break. I have waited to answer this question that many of you have asked. Are we still going to have the Terra Nova testing? I wanted to wait to see what the governor was going to say about the North Carolina public schools and testing. You see, we are under the Department of Non-Public Instruction, and we are required to test certain grades every year. Now that the governor has waived all EOGs and end of course testings, we can make the decision that we would not have the Terra Nova for the 2019-2020 school year. Although I really believe that our students would still score well above the national norm, even while they're learning at home. Finally, I want to address a question that's been asked multiple times, thankfully mostly in kind ways, but in a few ways and a few times in an unkind way. The question of tuition, and will tuition break be given? First, I understand that many of you have been out of work. And just as always, we always work with our families when they're in a bind in a financial situation and we make a plan. We will still do that. Whatever money can be reimbursed, such as athletic fees and before and after school care fees, lunch money and field trip money, all of that will be reimbursed. Someone commented on the survey that tuition should be reduced because the school's overhead had been reduced and that they were receiving a minimal product. I want to address that. Our faculty have been working diligently, many days, spending 10 to 14 hours preparing materials and videos, ensuring that your children will continue to learn. They have worked full time, just like many of you, and then at the end of the day, they had to make sure that their own children accomplished their schoolwork. It's inconvenient, and yes, it is an interruption to our normal daily operations and routines, but it has been for the faculty of Northwood Temple Academy also. We have continued to take care of our hourly staff because that's what I feel the Lord would have us to do. Northwood Temple Academy has continued to pay our normal monthly bills. They have not stopped just because of COVID-19. Just like in your home, the bills have not stopped coming. We will take a financial loss in some of our programs, like before and after school care and the cafeteria. These are areas that usually generate a little extra funds that help to operate in the general fund and pay some of those monthly expenses. As I've shared on many occasions, Northwood Temple Academy is only a tuition-driven business. We do not have many outside donors that give every year to our general fund. And we are a non-profit organization. As I've shared with you on many occasions, 75% of our revenue is used to pay faculty and staff salaries. And we operate all of the other programs, pay all of our monthly bills on that leftover 25%. I've also shared with you many times that our faculty and our staff make significantly less than their peers and colleagues in the public sector. It doesn't even come close. They choose to teach at NTA because they believe in Christian education. Believe me, any of them could go up the street to any public school and get a job. They have the same qualifications, the same degrees, the same certifications, but they choose to teach at NTA because of their belief in Christian education. So I say all of that to say this: yes, we need you to pay your tuition, your full tuition, so that our faculty and staff can be paid. And I don't believe that you're receiving a minimal product. I know and I see how hard they're working. Again, our policy has always been to work with our families and to make financial plans when our people get behind on their payments, and we will continue to do just that. I don't know what God has promised for his people through all of this, but this I do know. I know his promise found in Romans 8:28. And I'm just asking that you and your family, you cling to this promise during this difficult time. It says, and we know that for those who love God, all things work together for good. All things, even COVID 19, will work together for our good. Because you know what? We love God, and the last part of that verse says, it's for those who are called according to his purpose. And Northwood Temple Academy is definitely called according to his purpose. So I hope this helps answer some of your questions. I'm still taking your emails and trying to answer them as quickly as possible, and I can take your phone calls also. But thank you again, families, for loving our teachers through this, and they're loving your children as best they can through this online teaching experience. Have a really good day. Thank you.